Real Hospitality Live. On this show, we love to introduce you to fantastic concepts, people who are helping the industry, people whose business it is to help the industry, and to really do an ecosystem of connecting, of helping people out. And when I met Jeff King, and I listened to his story and I listened to what his business does to help operators, both big and small, understand something that's really a foreign language for pretty much everybody, including me. I had to have him on. Absolutely had to have him on. Jeff King is the founder of Statementsimple.com, and with 17 years of experience in POS and credit card processing, I mean, he knows this business inside and out, and he has created a solution and a helping process for businesses to find money that they never knew they had or didn't know they were spending. Hey, Jeff, how you doing today?
Fantastic. Thanks for having me on, Chef.
Oh, thanks for coming. So I kind of alluded to what you do, but Statementsimple, I mean, what you're doing is awesome. And anybody who's accepting credit card processing, be it retail or hospitality or whatever, needs to know about you and also needs to have you involved in their business. Tell me more.
Exactly. Yep. So yeah, you're exactly right. We started this. I've been in the payments industry. I started in 1998 working for a company called Telecheck, the old check guarantee company. Started writing on the walls as debit cards started coming out and transitioned from check guarantee to credit cards. Worked for a number of different companies. Got out of that business and got into the technology side, and I built and owned my own POS company for 7 years. Sold that, and then I got into formed a company called Payment Authorities, which basically audited and managed credit card processing for merchants on their behalf. So it's like having a payments expert on your side. From there, a friend of mine said, hey, how are you going to scale that? How can you get Payment Authorities nationwide? And I'm like, it's a good question. So from there, I built tech called Statementsimple. So Payment Authorities own Statementsimple, which is a software that any business in the US that takes credit cards can utilize. It audits and reads credit card processing statements on a monthly basis and gives people easy to understand reports. So if a credit card processor changes a rate, adds a fee, adds a penny, our software picks it up and notifies them. And it's a very easy solution. I mean, we built it so I used my kids as a design or as a proof of concept to say, hey guys, do you understand this? Because I wanted to make sure it was really easy for people to go, because credit card processing statements are very, very complicated to read. So I wanted to make it super simple. So we use things like green thumbs up means everything's good. Red thumbs down means something you should look at. Something very easy that people can understand and relate to, which is good.
So the auditing process for what you guys do is you take a look at statements, both current and previous, and you can go back through and see if there's any abnormalities or any unannounced rate changes, any places where an operator or an entrepreneur is paying more than they thought they were, or if there was an annual increase. I mean, we were on our pre-call yesterday, and you said in April there's usually a rate increase, right?
Yeah, usually the card association, the card brands, Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and Discover get together and they say, let's do 2 different rate increases or pricing changes. It's usually in April and October. Last year, they didn't really too much because of COVID, but we've already seen a lot of increases coming here for April 2021. So we, teaming up with your network, we came out with a promo that will release for everybody on your network that allows them to upload 4 sets of statements, meaning what we usually ask for since we're in 2021, give us December 2020 or January 2021 statement, give us 2 of them, and then also give us December or January 2019 and 2020 so we can compare. And 99% of the time we find something, but that gives us a good base to work with.
So what happens when you find a difference in there? How does that work? I mean, so they send you the invoice, you do the comparison, put it through your AI or your program, and then so what happens from that point?
Yeah, so what happens, and I'll show you a quick demo. It takes only a couple of seconds. Sure. The show is we give you nice, easy to understand reports and allows you to print that report, email it to your credit card processor or your bank, or export it to a CVC file. So you have the next action step. So you can just email to your credit card processor, say, guys, I need to work with this. Let's figure this out. But if I can, again, I'd love to share my screen, show you a quick 5-minute demo, and we'll go back to talking more. Give me the ability to share my screen. I don't know if Robbie has to give it or.
He's doing it for you now.
Gotcha.
Should be good. Should be ready to go, Jeff.
Okay, thank you. Chef, can you see my screen, sir?
Sure can.
So I'm just going to go through a quick demo. This is a credit card processing statement from WorldPay. This is a Heartland statement. This is a Card Connect. This is a First Data statement. This is a BB&T Bank statement, and this is a TSYS statement. The reason I'm showing you this is the one thing they all have in common is they're all multiple pages long. They have a ton of detail on here, and 99% of most business owners don't know how to read and audit these very easily. So what we did is, again, we take these statements, you upload it to our portal, and when you upload it to our portal, we give you one or two results. We give you a green thumbs up, or you give you a red thumbs down. In either case, we tell you the total gross sales, the total transactions, total fees paid, average ticket, and your effective rate. Again, if we give you a thumbs down, we just tell you, listen, click see our findings or click the thumbs down, and we'll print out a report and show you what I found. In this case, this customer paid $1,000 more this month than it did the previous month on file. So what my software does is it says, hey, here's you had chargebacks. Chargeback, as you know, is very important in a business.
Right.
Sometimes they know they had a chargeback, sometimes they don't. They don't read their statements or get separate notification. Maybe they're not aware. So we wanted to make sure that business owner is aware so they could call the credit card processor and dispute that chargeback.
Right.
Another reason for the increase was, or flag was, they went from 10 basis points to 20 basis points. See, here's old, new.
Yep.
And they also, this credit card provider also raised their credit card processing per item from 5 cents to 6 cents. So we're only talking a penny. But a penny, when you do 33,000 Visa transactions, equates to $332. So in essence, they get, again, they paid $1,000 more this month than in the previous month. So what the customer can do now with our portal is they could click here, type in their email address for their credit card sales rep, their bank, whoever. They can export it or they can print this. Then they can take this information, give it to the provider and say, I want to discuss this. I don't want to pay this. If they actually want to see all their fees, they can click here. And this is everything that we export off the statement.
Wow.
Which is a lot of information. Again, most people don't want to look at this.
It's no wonder people don't understand it.
Yeah. All they care about is this nice, easy to understand report that, hey, I paid $1,000 more. I don't want them. It doesn't matter what type of business you are, restaurant, retail, or jewelry chain, e-commerce business. Nobody wants to pay more money than they.
So now that you've found an overpayment or a change in fees or structure, what happens now with those funds?
So what happens is the customer has two options. One, they could take this information, they can reach out to the credit card processor, and they can work on getting that money back on their own. Or we came out with a new module. It's called Statementsimple Management, which when things like this happen, we take care of it. So they sign our management agreement. We'll scan their statements every month. We'll look at it. And if we find anything like $769 added fees, we'll reach out to the credit card processor on the merchant's behalf, and we'll try to fix the issue so they're not paying that. So they can spend the time running their business, flipping their burgers, running their restaurants.
Right.
We'll take care of the credit card processing for them. All they have to do is give us the statements or give us access to getting the statements every month. In our new management program, we take care of anything. And it's still the same amount of money. They're not paying anything extra unless there's something that we do for them. Meaning if we do save that $769 for them, then we split it. But it's still money found for them. that
Right.
they didn't have to work for. We did it on their behalf.
If I'm out 760 to $1,000, I'm hopping mad. I mean, you must be very well
Right.
received with this.
Yeah, I mean, merchants. We have had a lot of customers get really upset. We just did recently a car dealership. We finally figured them out last week. They signed up for our management program, and we saved them $44,000. So that's a lot of money.
$44,000. That's a new car.
Exactly. That's a new car, and that's 44 sales. The average car dealership makes whatever $1,000 per profit. Wow. So that's 44 extra sales. And in the middle of the last 6 months, 8 months of COVID, 44 sales is a lot.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's a whole month sometimes. Wow. So they're extremely happy. Their credit card processing partner wasn't too happy with us, but again, they look at it and say we took revenue from them, but it is what it is. You know, let's put the money back into the merchant's pockets, so they're around a lot longer to work with.
Find a change like this. I mean, this is when you first told me about it, my jaw dropped. I went, "What?" So I mean,
yeah. So about 74% of the time, we find it an issue. You can see with this report, we have 52 statements uploaded, and out of 52, 47 of them we found a thumbs down on. That's 74%.
That's over 70% of the time.
Right. So, like we described before, usually, or we talked about before, is if we get 4 statements from a merchant a year apart, most likely we're going to find something.
Wow. That's mind-blowing. And so, I mean, you guys do a monthly fee for this. It's very nominal. And to be clear, for this area, I mean, this is a U.S. based program, so it's available in the U.S. currently. Hoping to help to grow that into other countries, but currently this offer is in the U.S. And Jeff's company works exclusively through the U.S. Merchant Services programs. And now, as you mentioned previous, for Real Hospitality Network members, you have 4 free statements processing offer as well as part of our Real Advantage program, which is super cool of you. And I, on behalf of everybody else on the network, say thanks.
Yeah, we're very welcome. I mean, we're going to try to help them out. Again, we're an advocate for the merchant owner. It doesn't matter if they're a restaurant or a business owner. We want to help the businesses out, because the longer they stay profitable and they're in business, the more everybody wins. Our pricing, the way it works is $9 a month per statement. So it's very, very inexpensive for what we can do. So when I honestly tell you we can save a business owner hundreds of thousands of dollars, we do it. And 99% of every one of our clients that signs up, we show them an ROI the first month.
Fantastic. I mean, so this is like you just said, I mean, this isn't just for, not just for car dealerships, not just for restaurants. It's for anybody who accepts credit card, debit card, electronic processing in any way in the U.S. This is, there's a 74% chance that you're paying more than you thought you were. And if you don't understand those statements when they come to you, then Statementsimple can certainly help you out with that and walk you through the process, do it for you, or even go to bat for you to help get that money back. That's amazing.
Absolutely. With our 2 different modules, Statementsimple standalone, pay $9 a month. We give them all the reports, all the tools to do what they want with. If they feel like they want us to jump in and help out, then we just split the savings. It's very easy.
Now, do you ever get any resistance from clients saying that they want to make sure that their information is kept private, et cetera, et cetera? I mean, because I'm sure that operators or business owners will go, I'm not comfortable. I mean, so you definitely have some guarantees there for people to keep this,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're not storing any cardholder data. It's credit card processing statement. We don't pull any banking information, things like that, but we're using AWS with multiple databases that are all separate. And we have APIs sending all the information back and forth from that. but we try to keep everything separate and keyed. We have one marquee customer that came to us and said they have over 10,000 locations and they wanted everything separate on their own. Right. And I told them, yes, we could figure out how to do that. We're going to give them a separate database just for them and a processing station separate from them, away from everybody else. So it's all private. They'll have access to it. We have access to it. But we're willing to work with customers and to keep all their information private and do what we can to help them out.
That's amazing.
So this report, this screen that I'm showing right now, this is a new enterprise reporting tool that we're working on, because when customers upload the statements, what they can do is they can scroll up and down like I showed you and hit the thumbs down, which is great when somebody has a single location. But when they have multiple locations, we want to make it so, again, it's a snapshot, easy to understand. And eventually you'll be able to go in here and just type in like PCI. And again, I have a whole bunch of information in here, a whole bunch of different merchants, but they could say, okay, here's all my PCIs. How many did I have total? I paid a total of $2,200 in PCI fees for 49 charges. That's a lot.
Can you tell me what a PCI fee is?
The PCI is just a performance. It's kind of a, the Visa MasterCard wants everybody to be compliant and follow the rules and regulations of the card association, meaning, hey, we're going to make sure that you're compliant. You're not storing any credit card on data. And what happens is credit card processors charge fees if customers are not PCI compliant. If they don't fill out the SAQ or get the credit card scan or get their network scanned to prove that they're compliant. So some credit card processors out there charge a fee, and when you do become compliant, they issue a credit back. Some don't. Some use it as a profit center, because again, they're taking it and saying, hey, I'm charging this merchant $49 a month or $9.95 a month. We know they don't open and audit their statements. We'll just keep billing them because it's profitability for them.
Wow.
So our enterprise reporting tool is great for multi-locations to give them a snapshot. Again, they'll be, once they have a year's worth of data in there, they can pull a report and say, hey, give me 12 months worth of how many chargebacks did I did? How many PCI fees? How many rate increases did I have? How many of anything? My system will be able to do that for it and pull it for them. So they know.
That's awesome. You must have a lot of really good friends, man, because if you came knocking on my door to tell me about this, I would be stoked, absolutely stoked.
No, thank you very much, Jeff. I mean, it's the first time I've ever sold a product or service and really enjoyed selling it, that 90% of most clients that see it sign up, which is really great. In fact, we just teamed up with their company, just released a press release yesterday. We teamed up with a company out of Boston, Mass, who's been in the banking industry for 30 years. Yep. It's called Pci's Payments Group. They became a reseller for Statementsimple because they're tied into a lot of different banks throughout New England. I think over 300 banks. So they looked at it and said, this is a value-added service that we can offer to banks, and banks can offer to any business or commercial client they have. We don't care who the credit card processing. We don't sell credit card processing. This is just a value-added service that can help any merchant that takes credit cards. So we're really excited to have that partnership with, again, Pci Payments Group.
That's William Bradley has put up a question on here. Does a merchant even know that something has changed, and how does it work if I have multiple locations? You've answered that, and it's $10 a month US. But in most cases, I mean, my understanding is that merchants have no idea that something has changed, and either we as business owners, or we hope that our bookkeepers are keeping on top of these things for us. But clearly, that's not happening.
Right. So bookkeepers and CPAs, ultimately, they don't audit credit card processing statements. Not really, because ultimately the reason they don't is because they don't want to spend the time and energy to audit line item by line item by line item, because it'll cost them a lot of time and energy. Bookkeepers and CPAs are not cheap. I mean, Some of them charge 150, 200 bucks an hour, sometimes like worse. So
Right.
they don't want to do it. And the reason that they don't do it is because they don't want to call their client back and say, hey, your rate went up. Because the client's going to say, okay, thanks for telling me that. Why? And they can't answer the question of why. All they can do is say, well, call your credit card processor and find out. So we're also teaming up with bookkeepers and CPAs because they can use our service on their behalf. So when they give it to their clients, when they ask why, hold on, I'll send you an email. And they send them an email report and say, this is why your rate went up.
That's what an amazing
good, yeah,
service for somebody who's in that business as well. If you're in bookkeeping and doing people's books and accounting, to have this just to go through and make sure that everything's great. I mean, what an amazing value added service. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah. We tried to price it under $10, $9 a month, so every merchant can use it. And we wanted to show an ROI. When I sold POS, I used to want merchants to actually buy it and use it. If somebody said, okay, I'm not going to really use it, don't buy a POS system. Buy a cash register. Save your money. Services, software is supposed to be a value-added service. Save your business money. Help you become more efficient. And that's exactly what Statementsimple does. And all the new modules and things that we're coming out with is based off of that. If we come out with a new module and we're going to charge you $5, well, we want that $5 to save you 2 hours of time or save you $500 more a year. That's how we look at things.
Amazing. Fred Armory has a question. What's your question, Fred? Oh,
I got to scroll down.
this is one of the first times we've had people come into the actual show to be asking questions. So we're rolling with it.
Breaking a record here. We're doing something new.
That's right. Exactly. Cracking it open. Oh, no new questions.
No question. All right.
There we go.
So, yeah, Chef, I thank you very much. Ultimately, again, the promo for the RHN network is we're going to release that promo. We'll email it to everybody. We'll advertise it, but they enter that promo code in. It allows them to do 4 statement uploads free of charge. I'll work with them. We'll give them the results, and we'll move forward from there. And if they decide to move forward, then again, we'll sign them up, $9 a month. They can go to statementsimple.com, hit register. They can shoot me an email at jking@statementsimple.com. And for any information, connect with yourself or your team on obviously LinkedIn, Facebook, all the social medias, or they can connect with me, and I'm happy to help them out. There's a question.
There we go. How fast does the software audit the statement?
Okay, great question. So it takes anywhere between 30 seconds to a minute and a half, depending on the statements. Because again, if they're 1 page or they're 5 pages long, that's how long it takes. And we can upload, say, 40 statements in 2 or 3 minutes. The software works continuously. And you don't have to sit there and wait for a response. And one thing I wanted to add is because there's so many thousands of statement formats out there, if you register and sign up as a paid customer and you upload a statement, we will not charge you until we can give you a thumbs up or thumbs down report. Meaning if you give us a statement that we can't read for some reason, it gets sent to us, we look at it, we'll make adjustments to it, but as soon as we can provide a thumbs up or thumbs down report, we'll shoot you an email and then you will get billed. So you're not going to pay for something without having a return.
William Bradley's asking, does the merchant scan their monthly statement? So how do they get it to you? Do they scan it and send it to you electronically, or?
Yeah, so great question again. Every customer has a web portal, like I showed you before. Every customer that registers gets their own portal, and all they do is go to upload documents, and that allows them to upload their statement, which 99% of them all come in PDF. So they can do it on their own. In some cases, we can pull it directly from the processors, depends on who they're using, or they can email it to one of our team members and we'll upload it on their behalf.
Now, our friend Brad is on here. Hey, Brad, he's got a question.
Nice.
Have you seen success in working with POS platforms that require the restaurant to use their credit card processing?
knew Brad would ask something like that. Yes. So we've worked with a lot of customers when they sign up with our Statementsimple management program. We go back and help them as much as we can in regards to auditing their credit card processor in the rear and negotiating better rates. A lot of POS softwares, as Brad is aware and everybody else is aware, that they lock in their own credit card processing. But we found that most of them are willing to talk and negotiate and help the merchants out. They're not saying, no, we can't do anything for you. Oh, well. They're not jerks. They understand, hey, I'd rather save this customer a little money and make them happy than have them upset at me and possibly go switch their POS system out.
There we go.
Again, every merchant wants to stay happy. The service providers usually want to make the merchants happy. The longer they're in business, the longer everybody stays in business, you know?
Well, this is a great way to be helping operators at any given time, especially right now where every penny counts. If you're staying open and you've survived this long, or you are looking at trying to find where your pennies are going, this is a fantastic way at $10 a month. I mean, you can't beat that. And if you're a Real Hospitality Network member, which if you're a restaurant owner or a hotelier or a golf course owner, whatever that happens to be, that's absolutely free. So you could come on to Real Hospitality Network, get a free membership, and get 4 free statement reviews from Jeff at Statementsimple. So, I mean, if you want to make some money, just go and sign up. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah. And your return on investment on $10 a month, there's a 74% chance there's a pot of gold sitting there for you.
Yes, exactly. We priced it because, again, we're doing it trying to help the merchants out, it's very easy. So again, merchants love us. Credit card processors, not too many of them do, but we're doing the best we can. Make everybody happy.
Go. And one last question from Will Bradley again. Does the restaurant, is it true there's a rate increase coming in April?
Yeah, again, we covered that. Usually the card association twice a year in April and October raise rates or make prices adjustments. So I've already seen it. You can follow me on LinkedIn, and we tagged Chef Jason and his team on these, that we've already seen statements coming out saying, hey, the rate increases are coming. Right. So this is the best time to sign up, move forward with Statementsimple so we could help fight and prevent that and stop the rate increases so merchants don't have to pay any more extra than they should.
Awesome. Well, I like I said when we first started talking about this, Jeff, everybody should have this. If you're accepting any manner of electronic payment, whether it's debit, credit, and whatever processing you're doing in the U.S., this is something that you need to have to make sure that you're being treated fair. You are aware of any increases, and that you can go back and challenge, or Jeff's team can go back and challenge on your behalf to make sure that you're getting the money that you worked hard and that you run your business for. It's not going out to places where it's not paying your bills at somebody else's. My guest today has been Jeff King of Statementsimple.com. Go and follow him on all the social media platforms. Everybody says thanks, Jeff. This has been awesome.
Thank you very much.
Super exciting. Feel free to,
I'm looking forward.
If you're looking to chat with Jeff some more about this program, follow him on LinkedIn. If you're watching this on any of the other platforms, then go in, make a comment. Jeff and I are going to be going throughout the next 24 hours, answering questions, forwarding back and forth to make sure that everybody who wants to get involved in this can get involved in it. So
absolutely.
Thanks so much for your time today, Jeff. It's been awesome.
I thank you very much, Jeff. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Have a great day. And thanks everybody for joining us.
Thank you, everybody.
That was our first round with that, and I loved it. Super cool. Thanks.
Thank you. It's good. Thank you very much.